Hello, everyone. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. I am live. I'm going to wait a few moments and let some folks come in because I know people said that they wanted to hear tonight's message. Hey, James Smith. Hello, Jamie Devine. Good to see you. Hi, welcome, everybody. Hey, Kimberlyn Hicks. Good to see you. Hey, Sep. How are you? Good to see you. Come on in. Brian Dixon. How are you, darling? Keisha. Hey, hi everybody. Come on in. Oh, wow. Got everybody coming in. Hey, good evening, everybody, and happy Success Sunday. I'm glad to see you guys here tonight for this evening's message about who is your village. I posted about an hour ago that I was going live because I had some folks saying, "When do you go live?" And I go live every Sunday evening at around 7:30. Sometimes a couple minutes late, but I try to be here by 7:30. So if you want to know when I go live, make sure that you put your notifications on, and you can certainly watch when I am in live. But glad to see you guys. I'm glad that you're here this evening for my weekly message, my Success Sunday message. I am just really trying, let me see. I am learning new um, ways that they have this stuff on Facebook Live. So bear with me. I'm sitting here. It has me. Um, it's telling me who to invite. I guess people who said they wanted to be on, but they aren't on yet. So it's telling me to invite them. So I'm trying to get that done. Hey, Cynthia Walters. Hey, Leitra. Good to see you. But hey, Stephanie. Good to see you too. But I'm glad you guys are on. I'm not going to keep you too long saying hi to everybody as they pop on, but wanted to bring you this week's message, this week's Success Sunday message. And what I wanted to share with you today is asking yourself the question is, hey, Linda, good to see you. But asking yourself, who is in your village? And Linda can appreciate this message because Linda, I was honored, stood with me and my family today as we had the dedication for our little baby, Jameson. We dedicated him today at church, and it was a great affair, a great event. And we were surrounded by our village, our family, and our friends and loved ones, and the people that will help us be Jameson's village and pour into him as a thank you, Cynthia. As he grows. And so I wanted, hey, Netta, good to see you. Happy Sunday. So I wanted it really made me start thinking. And so that's why I decided that today's message would be about who is your village. And so before I get started, let me just officially introduce myself because I have learned the hard way as you all share this message, and I'm glad you do. As you share it with your friends and your followers, there might be people who are not connected to me and they watch the replay or they jump on and they're like, okay, well, who is this girl and why am I listening to her? So for those of you who don't know me or who are watching the replay, my name is Tameika Isaac Devine. I am a work-life integration strategist and leadership mentor and founder of the Possibilities Institute, where I work primarily with women to help them discover their leadership possibility, maximize their potential, and live a life that leaves a legacy. Hey, Shayna Boston, good to see you. Um, so I am actually, just so how you know, how am I, or what makes me a work-life integration strategist? And I am a wife and a mom, and y'all hear a lot and see that I post a lot about my family and being a wife and a mom. But I'm a wife and a mom. I'm also a practicing attorney. I've had my own private practice for about 16 years now. I'm also an elected official in the city of Columbia. I have been elected for 15 years. In addition to that, I am an entrepreneur. Hey, Angela Green, good to see you. I'm an entrepreneur. I have the Possibilities Institute, which I just introduced to you. My husband and I have a real estate investment firm and property management firm. And so that is also part of what we do. And so As you can see, I wear many, many hats. And typically people always ask, well, with all these roles and responsibilities you have, how do you do everything that you do? And so I always talk about the importance of work-life integration, because if you don't have your balance in your work and between your work and your personal life, and I say balance loosely because there is no such thing as work-life balance, I believe, but there is work-life integration, how you can effectively manage all those pieces of your life in order that you don't feel overwhelmed or stressed or unfulfilled. And so that is kind of how I got into working primarily with women on work-life integration strategies. I have developed strategies over the last several years to help me balance my work and my life and be happy and be fulfilled and have all these other things going on and not feel overwhelmed. And so I try and share those through my work, either through my public speaking, through my coaching and consulting. I also share it like now on Sunday evenings with my live streams. And then I also have a blog, A Devine Life, that I share things with. So that's kind of how I get to do things and who I am. But my topic today is, who is your village? And again, the reason I chose this as a topic is my husband and I were blessed this morning to have the baby dedication. Hey, Jaquetta, the baby dedication of our beautiful baby boy, Jameson. And so, and with Jameson, I don't know how some of this works. I'm sorry, you guys. It just keeps popping up and telling me different things. And I don't know if people are really on or not. But anyway, but with Jameson, we had the dedication earlier today, and it was amazing. We had with us, there it is. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, so I'm sorry. I see what I did. I didn't mean to do that. That's where I was doing that. So we had the baby dedication today of Jameson. And with that baby dedication, we had a fabulous village that stood with us. And with standing with us, they promised to help us as we raise our baby boy and as we pour into him and raise him as God would have him to be raised. And I shared with our village that today there's so many things that play in life, so many things that are really targeting and attacking our young people, our kids, but really take that broader, even us in our lives. The devil is always busy and there's always things out there. And so it really made me think about specifically, who is our village? Who's helping us raise our children? But more importantly, who is our support? Who is out there when we want to get things? Who's out there that helps us as we are challenged, as we are dealing with struggles? Who's out there supporting us? And so we all heard the saying, it takes a village to raise a child, and it does. It takes a village. You cannot always rely on. I know Linda would know this. It's not always. You can't rely on outside forces. You have to raise your children, but you as parents have to have the proper knowledge and support and community and village to help you as you raise that child. And what I tell my children, and I know this to be true, you're never finished raising your children. I am 44 years old and my mom is still, pouring into me and supporting me, and she has a village, and her village was also part of who came out today. Some of her very close, dearest friends that have been her friends forever came to witness today. And so I just wanted to share with you and challenge you to really think about, who is your village. Primarily, I had this thought again earlier this week because I had two young sisters that I really love and support. I think two of them, I think both of them are on tonight. So I'm not going to name names, but you know who you are, who are having some challenges with their relationships, with their friendships. And I shared with both of them kind of offline and personal stories that I've experienced in my life about friends, people who really are your friends. And y'all have heard me say this in a previous live stream. I've talked about the importance of having good, solid friends, people who are there through thick and thin, people who aren't there just because you have a title, or you can get them free tickets to something, or because they think they're going to look important if they're hanging with somebody that's important, or they think that, they're going to be let into the clubs if they're hanging with you because you're cute, or, whatever. I mean, we always have people who are in our lives for various reasons. They're in our lives for a season, or they could be in our lives for a lifetime. And so when you think about your village and who you are surrounding yourself with, think about your village and those people who are going to be there and what reason and what role they play in your life. And so when I think about the village that is surrounding us and surrounding raising our son, I want a village of people who know the Lord. I want a village of people who understand and respect friendship and love and sacrifice, and understand that life is not always easy, and will help us when times are tough and we need that extra support. And so I just wanted to share with you that we all have a village, and we all have to be really understanding and selective of who is our village. Doesn't mean you can't be friends with people, you can't have associates, you can't hang out and have fun with people, but you have to understand their role that they play in your life. And if their role is to be the fun person that you hang out with when you go to the club or you go shopping or whatever, or if their role is to support you when you are building your business and you are having a tough time and you might need to borrow some money, or you need to have someone help you work in your office because you can't afford to pay staff. Or you might have somebody who is there that you don't talk to all the time, you don't see all the time, but you know that they're there, and that when you're having a problem, you can pick up the phone and call them. So there are different roles that people play in our lives, and there's different reasons that people are part of our village. But you need to understand who your village is, what role they play, and when it's time, when they might not be a person that needs to be in your village. And so I know I've said that before, and I don't want to harp on that part of it, but mainly my point today is that to understand that we all need a village, and we all have to really think about who our village is and make sure that they are there for the right reasons. When we stood up there in front of God and Pastor Jackson and the entire congregation today and promised to raise our son in the manner in which God wants him raised, I had people standing with us and around us, people who might not even been physically there, but I knew they were standing with us, that know the Lord, and I know that they're going to be there as his village to help raise him in the way that God wants us to raise him. And so, quite honestly, I'm just going to tell you point blank, there are other folks that won't be those positive role models, those positive influences on your children or you or other people in your life. And so just know that your village needs to be strong. It needs to have a strong foundation. It needs to be rooted in the right things. And when you are building your village, whether it be for your children or for yourself, understand that that village is so very important, and you've got to be able to rely upon that village. And so you have to choose wisely, you have to understand wisely, and you have to know the role that people play. And you have to know their capability to play the role that you're putting them into, because not everybody can do what you're expecting them to do. And so that's on you as well, to make sure that you have the right expectations for the right people who have the ability to do the things that you're expecting of them. So that was the message I kind of just wanted to share today. I'm not saying that you can't have people in your circles. Your circle and your village are different. I'm not saying you can't have people in your circles. I'm not saying you can't hang out with people. But as I've said before, and I'm definitely saying tonight, make sure that you understand the role that people play and you have them in the appropriate role. So anyway, with that said, I am going to sign off. I hope this has been a blessing to you. And I hope you really think about and pray on who is in your village, because as we all know right now, there's a lot of things happening in the world today. There's a lot of, well, I don't want to say evil, but there's some mean-spirited people out there. There's some things that are happening in our world and our community, in our lives, that definitely tells us that there are things moving around and that we all need to be prayed up. We all need to have the proper foundation, and we all need to have the right village that we can rely upon to help us in times of need. So, with that said, thank you guys for sharing. I know lots of you shared it. Again, I'm Tameika Isaac Devine, work life integration strategist and leadership mentor, and founder of the Possibilities Institute, where I work with women leaders and moms to help them discover their leadership possibility, maximize their potential, and live a life that leaves a legacy. I hope this has been a blessing to you, and you can always reach out to me. You can find me here every single Sunday evening about 7:30 on Facebook Live. If you want to know when I come on, click your notifications so it will send you a message when I come on live. But you can also go to my website, which is www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. Again, that's www.possibilitiesinstitute.com. And I told you guys a few weeks ago that I was going to be launching a networking challenge. I do have all of my stuff for the networking challenge out there, and I'm going to be posting that. So please, please, please join the networking challenge. It is a free networking challenge, and I'm going to work with you for 7 days and teach you some tips and strategies to help you effectively network to really help you reach your goals. So I hope that you join me in that. It's going to be a lot of fun. But anyway, until next Sunday, I look forward to seeing you again next Sunday here at 7:30 for another Success Sunday message. But until then, have a fabulous week. Good luck. God bless. And for those of you who will be in weather where you'll be affected by Hurricane Irma, I just pray for your safety. I pray that you're prepared. Make sure that you have batteries and your cell phone charged and flashlights and water and all that stuff. I know here in South Carolina, prayerfully, it looks like we are going to, of course, miss the huge parts of the hurricane. But unfortunately, we will see some heavy rain and some heavy wind. So I just pray that you all stay safe, that you're prepared for the weather. And I will see you next Sunday here at 7:30. Thank you and God bless. Have a wonderful week.